Alright, so this is what we have here. A 2020 Ford F350 Super Duty 6.7. So I did an upgraded SAS high pressure diesel pump in this. Now this motor had metal in the fuel, metal in the filter, bad diesel in it, yada yada yada. So I flushed the tank. I got a high pump, a low pump, new filters, new regulator, and a new high pressure pump, upgraded 25% flow rate on an SAS. I believe it was called SAS. Yeah, diesel power products. No, that's a different one. I think it was SAS kit. It was a while ago. But fantastic pump. Pump's working good. Anyway, it's still throwing a code for a large leak. Now there is no external leak on the vehicle, and the injectors don't seem to be dumping. Why would it throw a leak? Is it overflowing into the return? Is it because the pump is upgraded 25% flow rate? They didn't say you had to tune anything. This is a plug and play pump, straight from, the company. So we are going to check for a faulty regulator right now. I put a new regulator in. They're very finicky. Sometimes you go and you torque them, and when you torque them together, they don't seal quite right, because there's a lot of metal to metal fit when you're running 30,000 psi through a high pressure rail. So it could be sucking a little air, even though we torqued it right the first time. So it could have been a faulty fit there. We're going to check for that. But the truck runs beautiful, but for some reason it keeps throwing a code P0093, which comes up as a large leak. Now this truck should have had injectors done to it, but unfortunately the customer did not want to do the injectors. They were trying to warranty the job under their aftermarket warranty, so I kind of had my hands tied. Normally I would do an entire fuel system, new tank and everything. They literally make an entire contamination kit for this. But when you put the words contamination into your diag, it voids your warranty if there's contaminated fuel in the system. So he had went to Ford wrote it up for contaminated diesel, and he brought it to us for a different diag. So we had to come up with a different diag to try to warranty the job through the secondary warranty company, because the guy didn't want to pay. So here we are doing stuff again, which should have been fixed. I've done a number of these jobs. I've redone absolutely everything fuel related on these jobs when this happens to these 6.7s, and it runs beautiful after, and no problems, blah blah blah. This pump is fantastic though. This is not something we typically do on stuff. The guy wanted the upgraded pump. These pumps are fantastic. If they ever blow up, they do not throw metal across into the fuel system, so it protects you from happening again. But the guy did not want to do injectors, so I think it needs injectors, but we are going to check the regulator and see if we can't get it to act up, because right now, of course, it's not acting up, but when the guy's towing, it starts acting up. So obviously I'm not towing, I'm diagging the guy's vehicle, so maybe we'll have to hook it up to a trailer or something and see if we can pull a trailer around and get it to act up, and see if the numbers in the regulator change in the fuel rail. It doesn't take much, a couple hundred psi, and it'll throw a code for a leak. So if it's a faulty regulator, or if something's blocking the flow through the regulator, it will have faulty numbers. It may not show, it may show 30,000 psi and 30,100 psi desired, you know what I mean? It'll throw a code. It'll be like, oh, you got 100 pounds of leak, you know what I mean? It's not much. It's not even enough to make a regular leak externally, but so we're gonna go ahead and pop this apart and pull this driver's side rail out and pull the regulator off, and it's real simple, real easy, and we'll get in there and do that right now and go from there. So here we are. You're going to take the filler neck out Then that'll give you enough room to get your foam piece out. Then you're gonna get down in here and get each one of these out off the rail. And all you're gonna do is unhook the plastic. You don't have to unplug the injectors. Don't have to do anything like that. You do have to unplug the pressure sensor in the front. Of the rail, which you could probably do if you get it off that way. And then you're gonna unhook the regulator in the back, which is also right there. It's not too bad. Man, as I'm saying that, it's a pain in the ass. Alright, so let's get looks like 17s, right? Yeah, 17 or 18. Alright, so you're gonna go down, get your feed to the rail right there, and then you get each one of these 17. All you gotta do is break them free with a long wrench. These are also one-time use lines, so it's another thing that should be replaced. Unfortunately, when you're dealing with customers that are difficult and you tell them these things, you end up having to reuse lines that are one-time use because the customer doesn't listen. And so you're chasing these issues where it could be sucking air through one of these lines because they're one-time use lines. And you tell the customer and they're like, well, that doesn't make sense. It wasn't leaking before. You should be able to put it back together. And it's like, yes, I understand, but you don't understand customers. So it can be difficult. So you crack all your lines free here. Yeah. Crack them all free. Yeah, butter. One. These are lines from the pump. And then you're gonna get in there. 2. Line number 3. And again, this truck shut off on him, but it didn't seem to have any running problems, and the only code in the system was for a leak that's non-existent externally. So to me, it's either injectors that are dumping down into the return system or regulator. Now I've gone ahead and looked at all the data. Injectors are working beautifully, but that doesn't mean they're not dumping extra return volume down into the return lines on the injectors. So there's a volume test you could do. They don't want me to do that test right now. They want me to pull the regulator out and take a peek at the regulator because there's known problems for the regulator, even though we put a new one on a month ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines, and there's an 8th line that is a feed from the pump. Get your gold tool here. Get down in there, the back of the line. You're gonna angle it. You're gonna go full up in there. You're gonna push it up, and then you're gonna push the line down onto it, and then up onto that. One-handed action. Oh crap! You kind of have to push the line down, which is weird. push the fitting up. You gotta go on to get it off a little bit. Damn, I had it. Of course, my left hand is smoked today, which sucks because I really need my left hand today. I don't know too much about those cats that are in that big mama, but cool trucks, man. Those things are freaking retarded big. All right. So issues getting it off. Oh man, dude, my left hand is smoked today. Hello. Hello. Alright, so there is two, I believe they're 12s. They're either 12s or 13s. I can't fucking feel today, so I don't mistake them correctly. Yeah, they're 13s. There's two 13s that hold your rail on. So they're down the bottom there and there. Okay. So before you do that, you can take your harness off. Get in there with a screwdriver, hopefully, and get them all off. These things grip good for some reason. There's one.
GoPro?
No, hell no. GoPros are trash. Not a GoPro. It's an AI 360 Ace.
Oh, you're covering your ass? Make sure you didn't screw up?
No. I fucking put it on YouTube. Go on YouTube, you don't find none of this shit. Same with that thing. Nope. Alright. I don't screw up. The thing that sucks is getting that harness off is the lock. Gotcha. We're gonna have to take a pick in there and get that. Take a pick in there and get that off. let's see if we can't get the feed for that rail off. He goes, cover your ass. No, hell no. That's what the cameras in the shop are for, motherfucker. That's funny. There it is. Alright, so we got our front pressure off. So you can get it. Little free play here. Nice. So everything's unhooked from the rail right now. The only thing I want to get is this back one. Which I can't get. Alright, so let's take the rail off. Down in there with our 13 millimeter. Take one bolt out for the rail, and then there's another bolt right here for the rail. Sweet. So our regulator's still plugged in, but this will allow us to get it. Taking it off, I can get to the regulator plug and get 2 hands in there on the plug for it. Damn, sucker clicked in there. Alright, let's turn it sideways. We'll get our pick. Where did my pick go? There it is. Turn it sideways. Get our pick in there. Now pick it. What in the heck is going on here? Should be no lock on it. Where's the lock? Oh, the lock was still partially down. That's why. The lock was still partially down. So that comes off easy. So then we have our rail. Our rail can go over. All you gotta do is finesse it now. Just pay attention to the way it comes out through the harness. And there's your fuel rail. So your rail's there, all your injector lines are still in. Here's your regulator, and we are going to see what's up here. So this is your pivot when you're taking this off, and this one is your torque. So you get your pivot, you get your torque. Let's crack them all for you real quick. Let's see what's on the regulator. So there's debris. There is debris. If you look, focus. Focus. Right here. Anyway, I don't know if you can see, but there's a little bit of debris right there, which kind of sucks. So a little bit of debris right there, and that is metal. So it looks like metal has run through this yet again. because they didn't listen to me and do injectors and lines and all type of shit. Dude, like, I just make this stuff up when I diag shit, people. There's a reason why Ford diesels are trash. Alright, so what we have is metal that went through the system again. There's metal in here, right here on the lip. There's literally a chunk of metal. Right, you can see it. It's right there. It's right there on the end. You can see it. I don't know why it's not focusing. I don't like that at all. See the metal on the end right here? That's a metal, chunk of metal. Let's go find out. Let's go see what the customer wants to do. So here's where we're at. We have metal on here, metal on here. We're thinking it's just leftover metal from the injectors that didn't get flushed out because they didn't want to do the injectors. So what we're gonna do, just gonna make this real quick right here like this. So I'm gonna thread that in real quick. So what we're gonna do is pull the filter housing on the tank. There's two filters, one on the tank, one on the... I'm gonna check for debris. If there's debris, we're just gonna sell them injectors. Tell them they didn't have a choice. So we got to do injectors. We know it's not the pump. We know it's not. We know it's not the tank. We know it's not the pump. So it would have been in those injector lines, losing pressure like we thought. But like I said, when you get a finicky customer that doesn't want to, wants to go through a warranty, or warranties require a certain thing, even though you tell them one thing, they don't listen. So I'm gonna pull this filter housing out and I'll show you what's in there. So this is our fuel sample, and wouldn't you know it, there's metal in there. This drain bucket was absolutely spotless. This is a brand new Motorcraft filter. A little bit of shit in there still. Definitely a little bit of shit from the filter. I mean, I do see some good shiny. Yeah, there's metal in there, man. Yep. Lot of metal.
What?
Loaded.
Alright, so you're gonna have to show Bob that because he wanted to see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it right here. So this is the bottom. See it in there? Mm-hmm. See it? Look at all the shiny. This was completely spotless. See all the shiny?
Mm-hmm. I see it.
So it's all blown out of those injectors. Tank's gotta come back down. Fucking yada yada yada. So it's hard to see, but I don't know if you can see. Let's see if we can get you scoobied up here. Take this off the thing. So, a little dirt on the filter. So originally this had rusty diesel in it, and again, they didn't want to fix it. So you can see there's metal in there. Like, it's clear as day, even through the camera. You can see that. Those granulars that you're seeing on the bottom there, that's all metal. Like, this is what I found in here before and cleaned. And when you look at the diesel, if you get down in there, you can kind of see. It's hard to tell, but like, there's a lot of shiny in the bottom of it. It's hard to tell with the camera, but on the bottom of the diesel, there's also a lot of shine. So that shine is metal from the old high pressure pump. The new high pressure pump that we put into this does not cross over. So that metal is just from the old pump, which is in the injectors, which is like I said it was going to be. But, you know, why listen to your tech? All right. Injectors. Gotta do them. Gotta do them, gotta do them, gotta do them. They're full of metal. So we're going to be doing injectors.